There's a nip in the air, and that means only one thing. It's football time in Tennessee. Congratulations, Harb, you made it. We made it.
I was about to say, I'd like to say the same thing to you and to all of our loyal listeners. Congratulations. We're back.
It was a long off season, wasn't it? A lot of twists and turns this off season, but felt like it was never going to turn into August 30th, Tennessee's first game, but here we are.
And just like that, it came quicker than we could have ever expected.
That's what she said. So this episode is dedicated to Blake Talley. He's been asking all week when our next episode was dropping. So here it is, Tally. A little few days later than normal. Harb had a fantasy football draft Sunday night. I had some stuff going on too, so we didn't get to record at our normal time on Sunday night, but it doesn't matter. We're recording before the season opens here in just a few days. If you're listening to this, it's probably Thursday at this point. So we are 2 days away. When we're recording this, we're 3 days away. So we're Dale Earnhardt days away. That's not a good one. Not really football, but Dale. It's Dale. How can you go wrong with Dale? You
I
can't.
love I love the memes of Dale Earnhardt. It's a picture of Dale Earnhardt on top of the Christmas tree, and it says, I couldn't decide between putting a star or an angel on the tree, so I went with both.
Yes. I also like the new ones that are going around, and it's Dale Earnhardt, very young Dale Earnhardt back in his Wrangler days, and Morgan Wallen. They look a lot alike when you put them together, and they've like got half of Dale's face, half of Morgan's face. So if you haven't seen that, look it up. Check it out. It's kind of uncanny a little bit. So a lot to get into in this week's show. We are doing our picks, our season picks. So we'll go game by game briefly. We talked about all of these teams last week, so there's really no need to break them down. We'll use the Syracuse time slot in here for our preview of the game coming up this weekend. Tennessee in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium or Dome, whatever it's called now. I still miss the Georgia Dome, even though Tennessee sucked in there. But actually, I don't miss it. Never mind. Retract that statement. Redact it. But anyways, we'll go by, pick the games, and we'll total up our wins and losses. Last year, I had us going 9-3. Harb had us going 10-2. Harb was right. Now, who he picked was a little different, I think, but
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. The end result was the same. So,
We don't have to show our work on this show.
no,
As
no.
long as you get the correct answer. That's
Right.
all.
So we'll keep track of this and we'll look back on it into the season. First things first, a little bit of a hot topic among some. Some didn't care, some and normal Vol Twitter or Vol Nation had to bitch about it. Tennessee announced a 4% increase in ticket prices for football next year. Thoughts on that quickly, Harb?
Uh,
Or do you even care? Because I don't.
I don't care, but it's they're going to condition us to where they can do it every single year until it gets to a point where you just can't go anymore. Like if you don't have season tickets already or whatever, because if you're buying single game tickets now, which these are resale obviously, but they're crazy.
They are.
That's and like imagine being a married couple with two children and you want to take your kids to their first game. I mean, unless you know somebody that's just giving them away, good luck. It's $1,000 weekend.
Um, they
But
did it.
but short answer, no, not really for the
They
four
did
percent.
it. They did it in. So I've already bought baseball tickets for next year. Those went up. Um, I know Day Day Ball's not on here, but I know before last season, 24-25 season, basketball tickets went up. I haven't heard, or maybe that was for this year. I can't remember, one of the two. Um, Football has gone, we're almost, I think, back. So in 2021, they restructured the pricing model of football tickets inside Neyland Stadium. My seats were in YY8, rest in peace, and we got moved down to Z11, and the ticket prices actually dropped. So we have theoretically, I don't think they're better. I love my seats. I like the YY8 view better because I was looking down right between the goalposts. Anyway, ticket prices changed. They dropped. I think that first year in 2021, I was paying about $300 or $400 less than I was the year before or 2 years before. So that's almost pretty much gone. It's like from South Park, and it's gone. Honestly, for me, it doesn't make a difference. I'm not trying to sound like I've like Scrooge McDuck here swimming in money or anything, but I'm still going to go to the games. I'm still able to go to the games. It wasn't a price increase that's like, man, if they go up another 4%, I'm out. Unless you just want to take a stand or something. So I didn't have a problem with it. I don't think most did. There was some outpouring, outcrying on the negative side, as with anything that comes out anymore. There's always a side that loves it, side that hates it. So that happened. Also, just a couple days ago, maybe it was yesterday, on Tuesday, they signed Josh Heupel to an extension. Was the timing weird on that right before the season, Harb?
Yeah, but I like it. It was extremely weird timing. Maybe they had it in place for months and they were just kind of working kinks out, and they finally got all their I's dotted and their T's crossed, and they officially signed it this week. Yeah, it is a little funky right before the season,
Yeah.
but I think if Josh Heupel completes this season, which he will, barring something crazy, he will be the second longest tenured coach since Phil Fulmer, or he'll be the longest tenured coach since Fulmer.
Is that not crazy?
It's insane.
Like,
Like,
I just can't. I saw that the other day. I was like, that's right. I just can't wrap my mind around that. That's kind of insane. I was okay with it. I don't care. Buddy of ours, Josh Walker, was complaining about it. But honestly, what does it matter if they do it in April or August? You can say April's before the season. Yeah, it's after the previous season. It's also before the new one. It was a little close. I know this time of year is usually when Danny White and UT start handing out extensions, and they've done that a lot lately. They've not lost anybody, not had to fire anybody in a while, so knock on wood. But this is kind of the year. I think it was like a couple weeks ago they extended the golf coach and tennis coach, I think. So not unusual to see coach extensions this time of year. It did kind of catch my eye. It's like we're in game week and he's signing an extension. Again, you may be right. He may have signed it a month ago or 2 months ago, and they're just now releasing it. So, but moral of the story is Josh Heupel's done a really good job here. I'm hesitant to say great just yet because they've left a little on the table, but I think he's done a very good job here. He deserves the extension and he deserves the whatever money comes with it. I don't know what that was. I haven't read the details or even seen him, but I think he's done a good enough job and he deserves to let it play out and see how it goes. So, speaking of the season, it's time to pick our games, Harb. So let's do this. We'll pick all the games, but we'll talk just a teeny tiny bit about Syracuse since that's the game this weekend. So Tennessee travels to Hotlanta this weekend. Syracuse, 12 o'clock noon, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Believe right now Tennessee is a 13 and a half point. favorite on our pick'em site. I saw where DraftKings and somebody else had them at 14, 14 and a half. So consensus is 13, 14 point favors, I think. Is that right, Harbin?
Yeah, it's 13 and a half.
13 and a half. Over under I saw on DraftKings was maybe 51 and a half.
Sounds right.
Do you think that was high for these two teams?
No, I don't, because let's see here. That's kind of banking on like 34 to 17 ish. I don't think I would shock anybody if that was the final score, or maybe 31 to 20, somewhere in that general region. That's what they're banking on. Sounds about right. I think
Yeah.
Syracuse lost a lot on defense last year. If
Yes,
we,
a lot.
yeah, so I mean, we can easily put up 30 to 35. A couple things dependent, but yeah, yeah, I'd say that's about correct.
Um, you're right. We talked about this last week. Syracuse lost a lot on both sides of the ball from last year. But they were not good defensively last year to begin with, even though they lost a lot from that team. They were not good to begin with. I think they gave up near 30 points a game or something on that side of the football. So, um, but these two teams, honestly, we talked about this last week. Both of them have had a lot of changes this offseason, a lot of personnel changes, not necessarily coaching changes, but personnel on the field, new quarterbacks. Syracuse lost a ton on the offensive and defensive line. Tennessee didn't lose that much on the offensive or defensive line. They lost some key players from both of those positions, but I think, have been able to restock pretty well at those positions. But we'll just go ahead and pick this game, Harb. What's your thoughts looking forward to this game this weekend? Um, Again, a lot of unknowns for both of these teams. So it's Tennessee's 88% chance to win, according to the matchup predictor on FPI. I'm expecting Tennessee. I'm going to say Tennessee wins. I'm expecting Tennessee. It may not be a blowout right out of the gate, but I think Tennessee, they have more depth, especially on the defensive side of the football. They have more talent across the board. And I just think they're the better football team and the better football program right now. Give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I think when you look at this, it really comes down to our O line versus their D line. Because if we're manhandling them up front and we can just run it down their throat, it's not going to be a game. Now, if they make Joey Aguilar play quarterback, who knows what can happen? We know very little about that, especially with the receiving core in the shape that it's currently in. But we haven't necessarily struggled to run the ball over the last few years. I don't expect for it to start against Syracuse. Give me the Vols and give them to me convincingly.
Convincingly. I like it.
Yeah, because our defense is gonna be just as good.
Yeah, I think
Comparable.
Tennessee.
We'll call it comparable. Um, Syracuse's offense is gonna be much worse than it was last year. Nothing against their coach. It's just he lost. Ain't got the same Jimmys and Joes as he did last year. So
He does not. He lost so much on both sides of the football. As I was listening to another podcast today, it was incredible. They started going down the line about what they lost and what they replaced, and it's kind of indicative of the transfer portal era, what they've gone through. But Tennessee went through a little bit of it too. I mean, I think everybody does for the most part anymore in all sports. I mean, look at Tennessee baseball the last 2 or 3 years. Got 10 guys drafted, hit the transfer portal. Just is what it is.
I've got a take for you, or it's a prediction.
Okay.
Tennessee will score a touchdown on either defense or special teams.
I like that. Do you think the guy's name is escaping me that he's transferred from Notre Dame quarterback. He was named starter over the transfer from LSU, Ricky Collins. What
Okay.
I read about this kid or this guy is I think it was he was still there in Notre Dame in the spring, and he got sacked 4 times in a scrimmage while they were rotating 3 quarterbacks. So it tells me that if Tennessee's defensive line is what they say they are in their front seven, that and Syracuse replaced a lot on the offensive line, they might have a field day with this guy in the backfield, which could lead to interceptions, fumbles, pick six, scooping scores, things like that,
Hmm.
which I think is going to carry this team this year. So I think you might see a team similar to last year in Tennessee in some aspects.
I think the offense will be improved.
I sure hope so,
I think so because
especially the passing game,
I mean, well, yeah, and
especially the passing game.
I'm not beating a dead horse on that, but the wide receiver core, in my opinion, is I'll say even with last year. On paper, it might be a hair worse. Definitely not as deep because you lost Dante Thornton and Brew McCoy and Chaz Nimrod, who transferred to USF. I miss anybody? Did Leacock transfer or is he still on the team?
No, he went to North Carolina, I think.
Oh, did he?
I think. He is
What?
not here. He is not here, no, to answer your question.
Right. There's some unknown on that, but the receiving core wasn't phenomenal last year anyway, so I'll say it's even. I think
You know,
production wise, running game is going to be close to the same. We don't have a Dylan Sampson, but we've got three of them. I don't know. I feel like you. I feel like you can combat that with a good defense and a guy at quarterback that's not afraid to take some chances, and he's been around in college football for a few years. I feel like it's a recipe for a pretty damn good, decent, at least season.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't see us
Again,
being bad.
yeah, a lot of it depends on quarterback play. I think that's the $1 million question.
We
What's
went to
Joey
the
Aguilar like?
we went to the playoff with shitty quarterback play last year.
You're right. We did.
So it doesn't
We did.
necessarily depend on quarterback play. I'm tired of hearing that.
It does and it doesn't, but it won't hurt if he plays well. That's for sure.
Do you think Joey Aguilar will get at least 2,600 yards this year?
Yes.
Do you think he'll throw for at least 19 touchdowns?
Yes.
All right, then what the hell are you worried about?
I'm not. You've
All right, then.
calmed my fears, Harbin.
All right, then. Lock in, Niece.
I'm locked in. ETSU, Harb, win.
Yeah, win. But like we said, they're not bad.
No, they've got a lot of D1 transfers. I think, oh, what's that guy's name from Iowa? McNamara. I don't know if he's the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, Cade McNamara. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's there. And then there's somebody else that was at North Carolina at one point is there. And then they've had some other skill players that have transferred down. So, yeah, I'm not worried about this game or anything, but it's something to watch or keep your eye on if you attend this game or just watching it. Is they got some former Division I guys running around out there that played for some Power Four schools. So, um, also ETSU is the alma mater of my granddaddy and my aunt Sherry. Um, so
And Austin Hayes.
and Austin Hayes, yes. I think when my granddaddy went there, it wasn't called East Tennessee State. It was called East Tennessee College or something. So I'll have to look that one up. I'm not, don't quote me on that one, folks. Don't quote me on that one. Next game. Okay, big one here, Harbin. This is one you've been talking about for a while. Back, going back into the summer, leading up here to the season. Georgia Bulldogs in Neyland Stadium, 3:30 ABC, probably Sean McDonough on the mic. What do you got?
It's gonna be the loudest Neyland's been in a couple years. Like
Think louder?
it's
You think louder than Bama last year? Because it was pretty
be
loud. That Bama game was
it'll
really,
be
really loud.
I think it'll be even with that, especially if we handle Syracuse. Let's just say we 17 or more against Syracuse. Just hypothetical. And by 17 or more, or and then we do what we need to do against ETSU, win by 40 in that one. And Aguilar looks good. There's going to be people in the stands going to be getting the shakes a little bit. If you're not watching the video, my hands are trembling right now.
If you're listening, our Harbin is shaking, literally.
A lot of you that don't believe currently, once Joey A starts looking like the man, and we win our first couple games by combined 50 or so, everybody's going to be getting that itch, being like, ooh wee. Georgia normally struggles in their first road conference game. They got a new quarterback. Could this be the year? There's gonna be a lot of that. I'm just telling y'all to get ahead of the curve right now. It's gonna be much different than it was 2 years ago. It's gonna be different than it was last year. Which people forget, we hung with them pretty hard last year.
Yeah, we kind of lost it there late, but you're right.
Yeah, we fell apart late. But I was also on the road.
Yeah.
Tennessee hasn't lost a home game since the last time Georgia came to town.
That's another incredible stat, by the way.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I mean, think of the teams we played: Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M was here. I mean, it's not all Tennessee Tech and all of them. I mean, yeah, Tennessee's had some cupcakes here, but they've also beat some pretty good football teams during that time span.
Josh Heupel is an elite coach on his home turf.
Um,
Tennessee wins this football game.
so Harb's got Tennessee winning.
I've been on this for months. If our defense is as good as we think it is, we cause a little bit of havoc early, and Joey Aguilar looks pretty good, and we get the ground game going. Give me the balls.
So I looked this up in my research for this game or for all the games. You all know me. I like analytics. I like the predictor stuff. Harbin, what do you always say?
Piss on your analytics. I got a second
What?
one for you. What's the first four letters of analytics? Yeah,
I'll let the listeners and viewers spell that one out.
exactly.
Um, so I looked up matchup predictor. I look at this a lot, basketball and football. It's a lot different than it was. It still has Georgia predicted to win, but 59.3%. So it's basically a 60-40 game here. And now a lot of that's because Tennessee's probably getting a bump in points playing at home. And I get that. But in the past, this has been a 75-25 or a 70-30 type deal. It's not. There's a lot of unknowns with Georgia. You're right. I mean, new quarterback. They lost. I think they only returned, like we said last week, 7 total starters on both sides of the football. Um, that being said, I still I'm going to go with Georgia, but this matchup, I have more confidence in playing the Bulldogs this year than I've had in a long time. Um, they may not be gettable. They may come out and look like world beaters.
We
But
could get beat by 30.
we could get beat by 30. But there's a sense around the nation that Georgia, while yes, they've recruited at a high level, they have an excellent head coach, that they're not at that level they were 3 to 4 years ago. They're still very good, still top five, top 10, but they might be gettable right now. So that bodes well for Tennessee, who's not rebuilding, but they've kind of had to reload a little bit. I still like Georgia in this game, but like I said, I feel more confident in Tennessee's chances than I have in a while. Not just because of the analytics part of it, but just because I don't think Georgia, and I could be wrong, is at that level that they once were 3 or 4 years ago. Like they're not the same team to me that they were in 2022 when we went down there and Yeah, they only beat us by 14, but they played with us the whole game. I don't think they're at that level at this current moment. They might get back there, and they might be there by the end of the season, but I don't feel like they are. So Harb has Georgia going down in Neyland Stadium. I have Tennessee going down. So Harb has Tennessee through the first three games 3-0. I have Tennessee 2-1. We move on to UAB Harb. This is another one of those non-conference games. One of the four we play this year. There's not much to this matchup. Tennessee's 98.1% chance on the matchup predictor to win this game. I don't think you and I feel any need to talk about this game, but I think you've got Tennessee winning, and so do I. Correct?
Correct. By the way, real quick, the last 3 years for Georgia in their first conference road game. Okay, well I'm gonna do the last two because 2022 does not fit my narrative. But 2023, their first conference road game was at Auburn. They won 27-20 and had to come back to do so. 2024 was last year when they got absolutely throttled by Alabama in the first half, and they came back and came up short. Hell of a football game.
I remember that. I was in Louisiana when that game was going on.
They tend to struggle every once in a while early on the road. I think this is very favorable for us in the schedule.
We'll see. I mean, you're
Really,
right. I like all
really
the points you're making. I don't. Again, I've said this the last year or two. I was like, I just don't think Tennessee's ready yet. I don't think they're there yet. But then when I say that to myself, I'm like, well, by God, when are they going to be ready?
exactly.
So at some point they got to get ready and they got to find a way to win these games. We have not defeated Georgia since a Hail Mary game in 2016. I guess you could say in 2015 too. But it's been few and far between since 2006 or 7. So I think 2 wins since 2007 against these guys. Sorry, 3 wins. We won in 09, 15, and 16. It's time to start beating these guys at some point. Again, I'm picking Georgia, but they need to JWTDG Georgia at some point. Um, so we've got UAB next up. Ooh, first true road game of the season at Mississippi State, Starkville. This is the Section YY8 game. I'll be there. So pick accordingly. Negative Nease will be in the house. You know what that means, Harbin. Tennessee in this game is an 80.3% chance as of today in the matchup predictor to win this game. Your thoughts?
They're wearing the Matt Gormans.
Cocaine Whites.
You know it's going to be a night game.
I asked the question.
They're going to sneak it in there on ESPN2 or SEC Network.
I asked the question because I'm going. Did Matt Gorman have something to do with Mississippi State picking that game to wear the cocaine whites?
I think he may have.
Because he knows how I feel about those.
Now I could be wrong. Matt, correct me if I am. I feel like on one of the golf trips he was talking about his great grandparents having Mississippi heritage, and he may be closeted. He may be able to pull some strings every once in a while. They're rocking the cocaines. And we all know Matt loves a good all white outfit.
Especially against when Matt always wanted to wear cocaine white when he was going up against me because he said it messes with my head, even though I never lost to him. So
this game is God, this game's gonna be tougher than it should be.
You think?
I do. I really do. Now let me ask you this question right now, as of when this episode releases, August 28th. Would you take going to Starkville and losing if it meant we beat Georgia?
No, because we shouldn't lose to Mississippi State in Starkville.
But you get to shut up Georgia for a year, or at least 2 weeks until.
I kind of feel like it's the
Would you take
Arkansas.
that right now? Last year, if I told you If we lost at Fayetteville, but we beat Alabama, would you have taken it before the season started? If you say
Yeah,
no, you're a liar.
yeah, but I don't know. That's a tough question because either way, Tennessee's 3-1 after this game. The
Yeah, but you have a
Mississippi,
win over Georgia.
yeah, but the Mississippi State worse loss would be worse.
We always fumble on the road when we shouldn't every single year under Josh Heupel.
We do. Is this our Arkansas game this year?
If we beat Georgia, yes. If we lose to Georgia, we win this football game. I'll put it that way. I just see us being 4-1. I see us being 4-1 to start the season.
So you have Tennessee at 4-0 going into this game, so you're saying loss.
Big target on our back. We ran the stats last year on Josh Heupel in road games at 330 or 7. It's not good.
It's not.
I will say this: if they're wearing the all white and we roll up in our all black jerseys just to counteract it and kind of lay our manhood on the table, I like it. I don't think we'll do that.
I don't think we'll wear black on the road. I think they'll save that for like Arkansas in 2 weeks later.
It depends on how confident you are,
True.
because they're definitely going to make that a night game for Mississippi State.
Yeah, I think it would be, especially in those all whites.
You would think, and they're not very good. I don't. They should be a hair better than they were last year.
I would hope so because they only won 3 games last year. I could see them winning 4 or 5 this year. I haven't looked at their schedule, but I would assume under Levy they would be better.
For some reason, which there's got to be a trap game on your. There's got to be a trap game somewhere, and I just don't think it's Kentucky. And Florida's not a trap game. We haven't won down there since the damn Bush administration. That's not a trap game. That's just an automatic loss until proven otherwise.
So this is your trap game.
I think so, but if we lose to Georgia, it's not. So there is an asterisk for the trap game on this one. The schedule's a little funky this year. It's a little funky.
It's a little different. Um, I've got Tennessee winning. I don't think it'll be a cakewalk, like you said. We just don't, for some reason, play very well on the road under Josh Heupel. I don't know what it is, with the exception of the going to Kentucky and Vandy, uh, LSU game in 22, like in Missouri in 21.
Both of those were noon games.
But both of those were early in the day. So this game is going to be mid-afternoon or not. So buckle up, and I'm going to be there. Buckle up. I have Tennessee winning. Harb has Tennessee losing. So
I just want I want Josh Heupel to prove it to me on the road once it's dark out.
I do too.
I just want to see it. He's one of the best coaches in the country at coaching at home. He's phenomenal. He is in the highest tier you could possibly get at home. I'm not saying he's number one, but he's really far up there. On the road, not at noon, he's left a lot to be desired. And I love Josh Heupel, and I want him to be our football coach for a very long time. Which, with that extension coming up, looking like at least 6 more years. I'm very thankful for that. But by God, it's time to see it in a hostile environment.
Agreed.
And I guess I'll be the negative one for this part. I just don't. I don't believe in us under the lights on the road. I just don't. And it would be classic Tennessee for us to beat Georgia and then roll down there and lay a damn egg.
I It would. Don't put it past him. Heupel stinks at night on the road, and I'm there. So I've got Tennessee winning. You've got Tennessee losing. So we're both at 4-1 through 5. We go into a bye week. Tennessee's going to get rested up and they come home. You say Mississippi State could be a trap game. This could be a revenge game, hosting the Razorbacks from Arkansas. Again, another potential night game, could be afternoon game. I think this one might be where they do the dark mode, possibly, especially
This
if it's
one,
at night.
this one will be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I've got Tennessee winning this football game. I don't think Arkansas is going to be very good this year. They've got decent quarterback play, but I think that's about all they got.
Because I also see this one being a late game, depending on what else is going on in the conference. It may not be the marquee night game, but again, it might be kind of on like ESPN2, like something like that. If this game's a night game, it's going to go exactly how the Kentucky game in 2022 and the South Carolina game in 2023 went.
God,
Like,
I will
like
watch.
if it's better than those two teams, and you just show them, and you.
I rewatched that 2023 South Carolina game the other night, and
Mm,
I had a smile on my face the whole time.
hmm
It was
I
great.
see that. I see this game going exactly how that game went. Like fans are a little nasty.
Been tailgating all day,
Yeah, you wear the black jerseys if it's at night. I just yeah yeah I
and
don't I would not want to be an Arkansas fan that evening
let's
if it's a 7 or 7:30 kickoff.
let's be honest here. If Tennessee wants, I mean, we both have Tennessee winning this game. That would put Tennessee at 5-1 for both of us. Depending on the Georgia outcome, if Tennessee wants to make the playoffs on my schedule, they got to beat Mississippi State and Arkansas. On yours, they could probably get away with a loss to Mississippi State if they beat Georgia.
Got away with it last year.
Yeah, I mean, but regardless, these are games you don't need to lose, especially at home. But I think you're right. I think Tennessee's just a better football team than Arkansas. I think they got a better coach too. I like Sam Pittman. Players apparently love him, according to Garrett Reynolds, and I appreciate that. But he's not done a very good job recruiting, and I just don't think they're very good. I don't think they're going to have a very good season. So give me the Vols by double digits. Um, Next up, Alabama, the Crimson Tide at Tuscaloosa. Third Saturday in October. Again, I will be there. Pick accordingly. Who you got?
My heart and my head are in completely two different places.
Oh dear.
Like I don't see Alabama necessarily improving from last year. Do you?
I don't think they're I don't
I
think
think
they're
the only reason
better.
I think the only reason they're preseason number 8 is because their name is Alabama.
I just I know Milrow had his ups and downs last year, but when you look at Ty Simpson, he is a pocket passer type quarterback.
Well, he
Um,
can run too.
I mean, he's not going to run like Milrow though.
No, but he's got some wheels on him.
But I mean, have what's that play like? I mean, Ty Simpson's been in that program now under different coaches, obviously, for years, and he's just now becoming the starter in his final season in Tuscaloosa. And that happens a lot, but there's a reason that he's not been a starter before this. Um, he was a guy Tennessee wanted under Jeremy Pruitt, 5-star out of Martin, Tennessee, and he chose Alabama after we got rid of Pruitt. But I don't think Alabama's the Alabama of old. I think they're going to have a pretty good defense. I just don't know about the other side of the football. I still think Alabama wins just because it's at home. But again, it's a lot like that Georgia game. I don't feel intimidated by these guys anymore like I used to. Things have changed. It's like the Joker said, you change things forever. Um, Matchup predictor has this one's a little bit more lopsided than that Georgia game. Again, it's on the road, but this is a 68% chance Alabama wins this game to 31 for Tennessee. Um,
I just don't know if they're that much better than us. I don't know if they are.
do you think they have? I don't think talent wise they're that much better, but do you think depth wise they might be a little deeper than us still. Tennessee, people still don't understand this. We are still in a scholarship deficit. We're playing with, I want to say one hand tied behind our back, but we've just not been able to, like you see with Kirby Smart when he went to Georgia in 2 years, he was at an elite level. Tennessee's just not been able to do that because of their situation and how bad it was when Heupel got here. And they're getting close, they're getting better. But sometimes I wonder, now I think on the defensive side of the football, especially on the line, they do. But other positions, they don't necessarily have a ton of depth right now. Wide receiver, defensive backfield, and possibly offensive line. They just don't have a lot of depth at those positions, like a Georgia and Alabama does.
I kind of see this. I kind of see this game going a lot how the 2023 game went when we were up. What were we up 13 at halftime? I'm not saying we're going to be up 13 at halftime.
Yeah, we were up 20-7. Honestly, it could have been worse. We could have been
Or
up like 24-7,
it was 27-14 or something like that.
something like that.
Um,
That honestly, we should have been up more than we were, and we kind of
oh
pissed
yeah,
down our leg there late in the half.
oh yeah. I don't want to agree with you. That's where my head is. I think it's a very good game. I think it's comparable to the last 2 years. I think the gap is closed. I really do. Like I don't want to do moral victories or anything, but this is not the Tennessee Alabama that I grew up with. Like the days of us getting beat by 35 each time we play are over, or at least for now they are. I think we have a better head coach.
You think Heupel's better than DeBoer?
I do. I I really do believe that. Um, and that does go a long way, but it's like we were just talking about with the Mississippi State game. I gotta see it in a meaningful game on the road. And it's hard to pick this team on the road based on the sample size we've got because you know this game's not going to be at noon. The
No.
Mississippi State game could be, but I doubt it. Uh, yeah, yeah. I've got this as a close loss, and this one's going to hurt.
I've got us as a loss. You've got us as a loss.
I think it's a damn
I,
close one too. Like this one's going to sting.
I
Like,
agree. Yeah,
I
it could be one of those heartbreakers like the '09 game when we had a field goal blocked. Honestly, should have won that game. Um,
I think it's more so like the 23 game. I think it's more so like that. We have our opportunities and we kind of beat ourselves.
yeah, I can see that. That puts us at 5-2 for both of us.
God, that made me want to vomit saying that out loud. All right, what's the next game?
Next game. All right, let me look. Turn the screen off, Harb. I apologize to the listeners. Poor podcasting here. Next game. Tennessee is still on the road. Third true road game of the season. Oh, historic, in the words of Gavin Julian, historic Kroger Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Tennessee at Kentucky. Tennessee 74.8% favorite to win this game, Harbin. I've got Tennessee. We don't lose. We're not losing to Kentucky.
I think Kentucky is the worst team in the SEC this year.
They may, I mean, they were not good. I think what they go 4-8 last year, and they're
Yeah,
not. They could be worse. You're right.
yeah, they're not good. This would be one of the most embarrassing losses in recent memory. This would be Josh Heupel's most embarrassing loss.
This would be way worse than Arkansas last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, way worse. Yeah, I've got the Vols. I'm probably going to be at this game.
Nice.
So,
I
yeah,
haven't been to Kentucky since we lost to the wide receiver at quarterback.
yeah, yeah. Don't go back.
I'm not planning on it unless somebody gives me a ride and free tickets. I'm not going.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think there's much to talk about in this one. I think it's false.
gotcha. So now we're both 6-2. We're back home. And now we're in November, Harbin. Oklahoma. The Sooners come to town. Um, it's kind of surprised me a little bit because these two teams are in the human rankings at least are pretty close to each other. Tennessee versus Oklahoma at home is a 73.7% favorite to win this game. I don't know a point spread or anything like that at this point, but Oklahoma is one of those teams that they were not very good last year at all. Um, I haven't heard anything about the gambling quarterback in a little bit, so I don't know what's going on there with them. I'm going to assume he plays this year, but I don't know. Like I like Brent Venables. I think he's a great defensive head coach. I just his program's got gone down since he got to Norman. What do you think about this game?
This game's interesting.
Gonna be a lot of red in town, I think.
There should be,
Even
but
though
it's
they
also
played it, I mean, it's been 10 years since they played here, but I think everybody really enjoyed it.
it's gonna be one of the latter games. Um,
This could be a night blackout game.
it could be. Um, if Mateer plays, which I believe is the last show, we talked about Oklahoma's new offensive coordinator, how he's kind of the quarterback guru,
Yes.
and he was the offensive coordinator for Mateer at Washington State last year. I believe it was Washington State. Anyway, um,
Think so, yes.
this could be a really fun game if everything goes correctly for Oklahoma. If Mateer is ineligible, I see this being a long year for Oklahoma.
Hmm.
Like I mean, I'm not saying he's Cam Newton, but I do think he is that good to where he can change a potentially 5-17 without him and turn him into 8-4, 9-3 with him, and they'd be fun to watch. So, but I do think he's going to play. I don't think he will, even if they do something with him. I don't think it'll be the whole year. I think it'll be like 4 games or something like that. Because correct me if I'm wrong, those Venmo transactions were from before he was in college.
Think they were when he was in high school or something. Or
Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
so I really don't see them giving him a whole year of suspension for that. Hell, it may be a slap on the wrist. It may be their first game,
Yeah.
but with him, I think Oklahoma's pretty good. I do. That which they're a lot like us. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of unprovens. They were far worse than we were last year, but a lot of people are high on them. I think they're ranked slightly ahead of us to start the year, which is kind of weird. You know, it's which same thing with Florida. You know, the argument against us is the same argument for both of those schools. One went to the playoff. The other two played in bullshit bowl games. So I
I,
don't. But that's kind of getting off topic. But that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
who you got? Win or loss, Tennessee?
I've got Tennessee. It's at home. This
I
is
do
either,
too.
it's either going to be 3:34, 7 o'clock.
Hmm.
Fans are going to be on their feet for this one because it's Oklahoma. It may be a tight one, but I've got us.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tennessee wins this game. Interesting note, we talked about the human rankings, or Tennessee's like 24 and Oklahoma's 20. I looked up the FPI because I saw this the other day, which is the Football Power Index, ESPN Analytics. Where do you think Tennessee is, Harb? This, and I tweeted about this from the YY8 account the other day.
I think I
Um,
saw this.
so the
We're much
humans.
higher. We're much higher in the computers, correct?
The computers like Tennessee way more than human beings like Tennessee. Tennessee in the football power index, again, no games have been played. They're eight. They're number eight. They're behind Oregon, Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, and Texas, just ahead of A&M, Ole Miss, South Carolina. Oklahoma is 19, just ahead of Auburn. Auburn surprised me. They're at 20. That was kind of wild. But it just kind of shocked me with everything we've had go on, all the changes that Tennessee is that high. Their projected win-loss total is 9.0 to 3.1. Um, it's kind of cool. It's got the projections on how many wins. 99% chance to win 6 games, a 0% chance, or sorry, 5% chance to win the conference, 43% chance to make the playoffs, 7% chance to make the national championship game, 3% chance to win the national championship. So again, computers like Tennessee way more than human beings right now. I don't know why. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out soon. I mean, I wish we would use computers more in our rankings like the old BCS than we do, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Tennessee, Harb and I have Tennessee beating Oklahoma. That puts us at what, 7-2, I think. Next game, New Mexico State. My B day. I don't think there's going to be any issues here.
Is this homecoming?
I don't know, maybe. I think it's Military Appreciation Day at the least, possibly. Because that's around Veterans Day, so probably. I don't know if that's homecoming or not. I don't know when homecoming is.
I don't think there's a whole lot to talk about on this one. Tennessee wins, probably getting some playing time for multiple quarterbacks, maybe three.
Well, let's move on. I hate to talk about this one. Florida Gators. Tennessee just, I don't know what it is about that stadium down there. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. What do you think?
Well, it's a loss until proven otherwise. But glass half full, you've got to beat them down there at some point. And like I was talking about in the Georgia game, I think where this falls in the schedule is much more favorable for us than when it normally is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time we played this late in the year or later was 2001. They moved it back because of the hurricane.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
That was '01. I
probably,
don't think we've played them any later down there since then.
yeah, I think this is the latest we've played since they've moved it due to weather. And we won that game. So I'm not comparing this team to the '01 team, but I don't know. Like it kind of feels like this is our best chance in a while. But so was 2023. And we went down there and laid an absolute egg. I saw it live and in color.
You and my uncle were there.
I could have thrown a Miller Lite onto the field from where I was sitting.
I'm surprised you and Dr. Neese didn't.
I did not. I'm better than that. You know, you got to act like you've been there before. And when it comes to losing in Gainesville, we have. So beers were safe, and the beers are too expensive to be doing
True.
that. Uh,
True.
but
Who you got, Harb?
with where it falls on the schedule, and in my opinion, just overall rosters, and this is another case, we have the better head coach. We do. With all that being said, I mean, I've got to see it to say it, so I'm saying it's a loss. And they haven't won down there since I was 5 years old. I'm 27.
It's crazy. I can't. I
Here's
remember
those
the
three
last time we won
three this
that
time.
'03 game. I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, I am 27 years old, and I was 5 years old the last time we won in Gainesville.
I feel
It's not,
sorry for people your age because you honestly probably don't remember that.
no, I don't. Um, But this is the year. I'm flipping. This is the year.
Oh,
Josh
you're
Allen.
giving it. Oh, so you got him winning.
I do.
All right.
I flipped a pancake on you right there.
Oh,
This is the year. This is Josh Heupel's defining road win. Keep playoff hopes alive. I also don't know, and I'm not wishing this by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know if DJ Lagway stays healthy until November.
yeah, that's a key for them. I mean, that guy stays banged up. Even this offseason, he's been banged up. In preseason camp, he's been banged up. I mean, it's nothing serious, but it's like,
But I mean, we could also easily go down there, and whoever their backup quarter is could light us up. I mean, we've seen this movie before.
yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me.
But I just think where most of these games fall on Tennessee's schedule, it's pretty favorable. Like you get Georgia early, first conference game. You get Alabama after a bye, right before Kentucky, which that is back-to-back road games, but and that's going 3 week or yeah, 3 weeks away from home, or maybe
Hmm.
4. But anyway, and then you get Florida in the 11th game of the year when it's not 1,000 degrees down there. They could be banged up, which so could we. I don't know. I just like the schedule's favorable. Now, I know we've talked about that before, but where the key games fall is really interesting when you look at it. Like, there's still going to be a lot of unknowns going into the Georgia game, but it's at home. They tend to kind of get a little squirrely first road game, conference game. You get Alabama down there with a first year quarterback, first year starting, coming off a bye week. Then you get Florida late. It just, I don't know. Like, I could turn out to be the biggest idiot of all time in December, but where these games fall, I don't know if you could necessarily draw it up any better outside of all the games being at home, which are not, obviously. But you got to take advantage of the schedule because I think our schedule next year is going to be an absolute gauntlet.
It's going to change, and we'll talk about that right when we get done. But you're right. It's going to change. I've got Tennessee losing this game. I just don't believe. I have no faith that we go down there and win. I just until I see it, I'm until I see it, I'm doubting Tom. I'm a doubting Thomas. Till I see it, I don't believe it. So I've got Tennessee losing. You've got Tennessee winning in a quick switcheroo. So I've got Tennessee at 8-3. You've got Tennessee at 9-2, coming home to take on Vanderbilt. When oh, by the way, the Florida Tennessee game, Florida in the matchup predictor. I might as well throw this one out there. 51.5%. It's a 50-50 game. Um, so if Tennessee was playing them here, it may would probably be in our favor. But um, Tennessee and Vandy, any concern there, Harbin?
No, this crowd could get a little nasty too, just because of Pavia's comments this off season.
Good.
Oh yeah, very good. He's got a little bit too much dip on his chip. He's a good player.
He's
He's good.
good.
He's a
He-
good player, and I'll give him credit for that. But he is milking the hell out of his 15 minutes, and 7-6 is good at Vandy. It is.
It is.
It's a good year, and I really do like their head coach. I think their head coach is a good football coach. But you can't say that Tennessee's your state when you play in Neyland the last game of the year. You just can't.
And
That's just
you
setting yourself up for disaster.
and it would take you, I think it's up to like 47 years. They would have to beat Tennessee 47 times in a row to just tie the series. So how could you like I know what he's doing. He's, exuding confidence and all that stuff, but that's just ridiculous. Like, why would you say that? And he's setting himself up to have a just god awful game in Neyland Stadium. I know it's the last game of the year, but if Tennessee's sitting at At 9-2 or 8-3, there's still, a little bit to play for, especially if you're 9-2, and it could be loud in there. And so he's setting himself up for almost a disaster. I like Tennessee pretty heavily in this game. 85% favorites to win this game according to matchup predictor. So I have Tennessee going 9-3. I'm right in line with the computers. You've got Tennessee going 10-2 again. So the interesting thing about my picks is I just noticed this. I just went in line with the computers. I just wrote it down. Tennessee's favored against Syracuse, ETSU, UAB, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Kentucky, Oklahoma, New Mexico State, and Vandy. Uh, Florida was favored very, like I mentioned, very slightly over Tennessee. Georgia was what did we say, 60-40 favorites over Tennessee, and Bama was more of a 68-32 favorite. So the computers have us going 9-3. And the bad thing about my picks, Harb, is if this happens, we lose to our three biggest rivals. We go 0-3 against Florida, Alabama, and Georgia. On your schedule, we go 2-1. And Heupel's done a really good job of turning that narrative around of you're judged on three games here. Tennessee is, if you're the head coach, and that's Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. It's not Kentucky. It's not Vanderbilt. Whether they want to think it is or not, it's not. It's those
He's
three.
won at least one of those games every year he's been here, except for his first year.
Correct. And I think you could do that this year. I'm just, I'm picking games here. Um, does that does a 9-3 season get tainted any with three losses to those three teams? It's like, yeah, you won 9 games, but you lost to your three biggest rivals.
Yeah, I think so.
Possibly could, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to complain about a 9-3 season. Of course, I did that.
Well, I mean, if you go 9-3 and you lose those three teams, that means you took care of business against everyone you should,
Against everyone else.
but you still leave something to be desired. With where we're at, in my opinion. And I'd rather go 9-3 and lose to a team you're not supposed to and beat one of those. I don't give a shit if Mississippi State can hold something over our head. I mean, I do, obviously, don't get me wrong. But if I get to choose between losing to Georgia or Mississippi State, it's pretty easy. That's just the way I look at it. Now if you want to win the games you're supposed to and lose the games you're supposed to, that's fine. But I like a little bit of seasoning on my chicken. I like a little bit of chaos.
Fair enough. I mean, look at if Tennessee goes 9-3. I mean, they're probably going to go to a decent New Year's Day bowl. They're not going to be in the playoffs. Well, potentially, probably won't be in the playoffs. If they go 10-2, and their only losses are to Mississippi State and Alabama, I think they're probably in. I mean, a lot depends on what everybody else does, but I mean, 9-3 might have an outside chance to get in the playoffs. I think the computers had it at like 44%, because they have them going 9-3, so 44% chance to make the playoffs with that record. But I don't know what it is if they go 10-2. I'm sure it jumps up exponentially. So, um, I don't know. I like where this program is. I still just don't think they're quite there yet. But like we've said on here, the floor is now 8 wins. So I think anything less than 8 wins this season, if they go 0-3 versus Bama, Florida, Georgia, and then lose to Mississippi State, and then lose somewhere else, yeah, we've got something to talk about here. There's something's not right. Like we shouldn't be losing 5 games with this schedule. That's just the point. It's just a simple truth. You shouldn't. This schedule is set up for Tennessee to win a lot of football games. And they need to take advantage of it because, like we mentioned, the schedule could get exponentially harder next year. The SEC announced they're going to a 9 game schedule next year. Who do you want to see? I think it's going around by experts and whoever else. Tennessee, I mean, they're talking about it's three permanent opponents, six rotating. I think obviously Tennessee's going to keep Bama on the schedule. I think the wild cards are who's the other two. I don't think
It'll
it's
be Bama.
really.
And it'll be Vandy. Will definitely be one of them.
It'll be Vandy and Alabama for sure. I think the real wild card is that third team. Is it a Kentucky? Is it Florida?
Is it
I-
Georgia?
Is it Georgia or South Carolina? I
It's not gonna
don't
be South Carolina.
I don't see South Carolina. I
It'll
don't
either
really
be
see Georgia either. I just don't.
it's three out of the four, or it's three out of the five of Bama, Vandy, Kentucky, Florida, and Georgia. And I think you can narrow out Georgia out of that. So you're really looking at three out of the four of the ones I just mentioned being Alabama and Vandy are the locks, in my opinion. Then it boils down either between Kentucky and Florida.
Who do you want to see Tennessee play next season that we haven't played in a while that would be one of the rotating teams?
Texas, for sure.
Well, Texas will be on there
Right.
because,
Yeah.
okay, so you got Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if
Texas.
it'll be in Austin.
I don't know. It'll depend. Our first game against Oklahoma was on the road, so I guess
Yeah.
we'll see. But I would like
You,
it to be at home. Arch Manning coming to town would be fun. Um,
yeah.
I want to go back to LSU.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. I would
And I
love.
want it to be a 3:30 or a night game, not 11 a.m.
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to go back down there. That is one of the most fun weekends I've ever had in my life. I had a
It was
great time.
fun.
A great time in Baton Rouge. Ole Miss would be fun.
You know who I'm going to say?
You're gonna say South Carolina.
No,
Auburn.
the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah,
Now, I don't care if it's there or if it's here. Either way, we're gonna see Auburn 5U. Well, at least the alumni Auburn 5U Harbin, not maybe not the current 5U.
maybe.
I sorry, go ahead.
I said maybe.
Maybe. No, they've already been talking about it, like, and I hope it's here, to be honest. But it doesn't matter. But they've already been saying, I told Reagan the other night that they've done this, and I think honestly, there's a pretty good chance Tennessee does play Auburn because we haven't played them since 2018. So it's been 7 years going into this year since we've even played Auburn. I don't count 2020. That was a made up schedule. So um, it's in reality been 7 years since we played down there in a legit game. So I think that's one I would like to see. Obviously, I'd like to go to Ole Miss because I've not been there. I think that one could be one, and LSU too. But I think Texas definitely. If we go to Austin, I'll be there. Um, but yeah, I think for me it's Auburn. I don't care about South Carolina. I've been there, done that. I mean, we'll play them again at some point, and I hope it's in Columbia so we can go to Spartanburg. Maybe you can go with us and you can take that top five shower, hit that
Yeah,
top five shower again.
yeah, and we need to go down there and win.
Yes.
Wash the taste out of my mouth from 2022.
That was a fun weekend, except for the game.
Oh God.
Except for the game.
Well, and me accidentally eating shrimp down there.
Yeah.
That was also pretty
What
brutal.
was it that we ordered that you ate that had shrimp in it?
Those egg rolls from that place called
Oh, fats.
Fats, yeah.
I think it's gone out of business.
And I didn't think anything about it. I was so hungry when we cracked them open that I ate like two or three of them.
And somebody said, aren't these like got crab in the egg rolls or
No,
something?
I started feeling a little funny because I thought they were chicken. Well, they
I
were chicken, but I thought they were only chicken.
but we had Big Montana and I had no idea that you were allergic to
Well, yeah,
the seafood or
I look at
shellfish or whatever it is.
I look at Big Montana and I'm like, hey, dude, do you know if there's shrimp in these? And he goes, I don't know. What the hell does it matter? They're good, ain't they? I was like, well, it actually does kind of matter.
Uh, I remember you looking at me and I was like, "What? Yeah. And I was like, why? And you told me, and I was like, oh God, why didn't you say something? I had no idea. I had no idea that you were.
Chicken and shrimp egg rolls are a pretty weird play for tailgate.
They were good, but it was a weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So then Burkhart, being the dad of the group that he is, he goes back and looks at the menu. Evidently, it tells Bowling, and Bowling smacks me on the shoulder and goes, "Hey there, Big Daddy. How allergic are you?" And I was like, "I'd rather you just said there wasn't any in it."
How allergic are you? I forgot he said that.
And
Classic.
that sweet retired nurse that was a South Carolina fan that was tailgating next to us, she hooked me up with some meds. She had a little allergy first aid kit.
She took care of you.
She tried to hand me 6 Benadryl, and I said, "Lady, I'm not doing that. We got a football
Oh
game."
God, I forgot. Yeah, she did. I was like,
I was
you'd
like,
be passed out.
"It's like I've had a chocolate milk or two, first of all, and I've got to be up for about 5 more hours minimum. So no, I'm not doing that."
Classic Harbin.
Yeah,
Well,
I need to go back and have a better time. So
yeah, we'll go back to Columbia sometime soon. I mean, anytime Tennessee plays at Williams-Brice, I'll be there.
yeah.
It's on the way to Spartanburg, so we'll definitely be there. Good people there in Spartanburg, South Carolina. All right, well that's our show. That's our season prediction. Tennessee in Atlanta versus Syracuse Orangemen. I still call them the Orangemen. This Saturday, 12 o'clock on ABC. I don't know who the announcers are. I haven't even seen what uniforms we're wearing. I think we're wearing our home orange, but I haven't seen that officially. But
Give me a score prediction.
31-14 Tennessee.
Okay, that's pretty close to what I was thinking. I was going 35-13.
So Harb says 35-13, Nease 31-14.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I just think we're much better than them in the trenches, and
Yeah.
you're going to see that I think their quarterback play is going to struggle. Could be a Jamad McCoy.
He's
No,
not playing.
yeah, never mind. It could not be that then. Could
Yeah,
be.
there's a lot of talk when he comes back. Jermod McCoy, Tennessee's All-American um, safety, cornerback, or defensive back, and he tore his ACL, and he's not playing this weekend. They've already said. They don't know. They think he might be back for ETSU, not for much of the game, but for a little bit.
I want him on the field before we play Georgia.
Yeah, and I think that's the goal. But they said if he's not ready by ETSU, that and this is coming from VolQuest guys that if he's not ready by ETSU, they may not play him against Georgia. They may hold him out and wait till the UAB game. Um, I mean, he's coming off a torn ACL. I can't remember when that happened, but he's in the range. I mean, he's doing everything he can, but he's right there on the edge. They're just being cautious with him. So they need him back. He just solidifies that backfield on the defensive side. So, but he'll be back at some point. But yeah, I'm excited. Football's here, Harb. We made it. The Hornets play this Friday night. They won last Friday, 59-17 at Northview. So I'll be in the booth for the home opener at Eblen Field this Friday night. If you're there, come say hey to me. Actually, don't come in the box, but you can come wave at me or flip me off or whatever you want to do. But Hornets host Grace Christian Academy, the Rams, Friday night at Eblen Field.
Are they any good?
They'll be all right. They've got
What did they do in week one?
they beat Lakeway like 37-13 or something like that. Their coaches are the two brothers that used to be at Campbell County, and they had some pretty good teams up there. So they're going to play good offense. They're going to be disciplined. So
Could be a shootout.
Carter's going to score some points this year, from what I've heard. They may give up some points too, but they might score a few points this year. We'll see.
So very quickly, and I'm not dogging any high school kids, but I looked at the box score from Carter and Northview. Northview's starting running back had 4 fumbles. Did I read that
Mm.
correctly?
I didn't watch the game. I didn't go. There was a lot of turnovers from Northview, a lot of muffed kicks.
Well, they had four official turnovers, and I looked into it, and they threw no interceptions, and it said they had four fumbles, and four of them were lost. And then when I went to individual stats, one player had all of them, and I thought that was kind
I
of
think there was some muffed kicks in there too. So it may not have been like running the football, but could have been on special teams too. But yes, I think that's
well.
right.
If you put up 59, and I don't even think Carter got 300 yards total
The bad
offense.
thing was Northview
They
returned
had-
the opening kickoff of the game for a touchdown. And then Carter ends up scoring like 38 unanswered or 42 unanswered or something like that. Some crazy number. I mean, it was, I think,
it was
52.
they had 50 exactly at
Yeah,
halftime.
it was 50 to 6 or 13 at halftime or something like that.
It was 50-12, and it was 14-6 after the first quarter.
A lot of points. Conley was putting in work on the iPad, keeping up with that.
That's right. That's what. Shout out Conley. That's where I was looking at the stats on his Twitter page. So
Conley does an outstanding job. He'll be to my right. Burke, Grubb, Griff will be to my left, helping me spot and keeping the scoreboard running. So excited about Friday night. Even more excited about Saturday. Really quick recap of our golf outing up at Graysburg Hills. Outstanding time. There was 14 of us went. Um, some good golf, some bad golf, but had a fun time. Some of us got to play 36 holes. Some of us, like me, only got to play 33 because there was a tournament behind us and the clubhouse asked some of us to skip through. But oh, don't worry, you can come back and play those holes that you missed. Well, when it got time for me to come back and play said holes I missed, there was a lightning storm coming through. And so didn't get to play the full 36, but fun afternoon. I think everybody had a blast. Everybody was super tired Saturday night, but I think everybody had fun. We missed you up there, Harb.
yeah, I missed y'all too. I was supposed to play in the member guest at Green Meadow, and we got left on the wait list.
Speaking of that, listener of the show, my former intern, I think he won that event.
What's his name? I'm putting you on the spot.
I've had a brain fart here. Tyler, I'm so sorry. I forgot your name.
Okay, well his
There
name's
for a second. I
anyway.
can't remember Tyler's last name though. Give me just a second here. Hooper. How should I know that? Let's see. They won him and Ryan Ross, legal consultant at Axel Logistics.
Hmm.
They won I guess they won the whole thing. Yeah, member guest champions 2025, Green Meadows. He texted me and said it ain't a hobby for me or something like that. So shout out Tyler. I'm trying to get him to come by tailgates this year and bring some of his world famous vol bombs with him.
Okay.
I don't know what they're like, what they are. I think we had some before. I don't know if you were there or not. I think we had some vol bombs before the Purdue game in Nashville a couple years ago.
I was not there.
I don't think you were with us that game. Yeah, we ran into him. He used to be a big Titans fan. He wised up and gave up his PSLs, no more season tickets. But he was in the parking lot right outside the stadium, and we met up with him before the Music City Bowl, and he gave us some of his world famous vol bombs. So hopefully he'll come over from the bank to G10 this year and give us some of those. So Tennessee Syracuse this week. Wherever you're watching, hope you enjoy it. If you're going to Atlanta, hopefully you're listening to this on your way to Atlanta to get prepared for it. And then next week, we're going to come home 1-0. And we got the East Tennessee State Buccaneers coming to town. It's going to be the first tailgate of the season in G10. We're preparing for that right now. Harb says he's got some kind of a surprise for tailgating this year, I think you said.
I do. I do.
I don't know what it is. Harb's not told us or told me, so we're gonna wait and find out.
I it's tangible. So
So
you
it's a tangible object.
it is tangible, and I'm actually gonna go pick it up tomorrow.
Is it an electronic tangible?
It is not an electronic.
Okay. Because I'm looking at a electronic tangible thing.
Yeah.
that might enhance the tailgate?
I don't know if this will enhance the tailgate at all, but it will be appreciated. It's cool.
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to seeing what it is.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, by God, it will enhance the tailgate.
There we go.
You can't play music from it though.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah.
well, we'll see what that is here in a couple of weeks. But appreciate everybody listening. If you're watching us on the YouTube, thank you. Like, subscribe, share, comment. If you're listening to us, check us out on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, check us out on the audio version. If you're driving in your vehicle, your truck, working, like Brandon Watson, he's always listening to us in whatever piece of crap equipment he's in for the day. We see that on the Snapchat. So appreciate everybody listening, however you listen throughout the world. It's football time, Harbin. I'm pumped up. The weather's great outside. It's almost fall. All the basic white girls will love it. It's fall. It's almost flannel season. Fire pits, all that stuff.
What?
What? But it's time. It's time to lock in and get ready. The 2025 season's here. For Harb, I'm Negative Nease. Thanks for listening to this week's edition of the Section YY8 podcast.